Yeah, now I'm concentrating a little bit on the left hand in this next next talk that we make. That is what really makes. I don't know if you ever thought where the most part of the music is when you play a piece. And I think, apart, many times somebody says in the rest there is the most part of the music. I mean, that's true if you think about. But I will not go so far today. But I think in the way in which you change the note, yes. Okay. We play some notes, okay. But how we go from one note to the other, that's, I think that is, that fraction of time where you change, or, will really make a big difference in what you want to do. So I think I would spend just a few minutes talking about what is called portamento. So with portamento we mean a sort of gentle way of getting from one note to the other without a step, as I can say, sort of in a smooth way. Well, in portamento you don't need to be, you must just you can put it in different points, changing with the expression you want to give to the music. But it's essential. And I think there are basically, I fixed basically two ways of dealing with the portamento. I'll apply it to the famous passage of Kusevitsky. Eccolo qua. Allora, one way is to shift, so with the finger you start, and when you change the bow, you land synchronized with the left hand. I mean, here I haven't got to change the bow, but eccolo. But in any case, even on a slur, that means the portamento is done by the finger with which you start, and you land, when you land with the other finger, that's the note. The other type of portamento, I think, is a softer one. So, changing bow. What I mean, if I go slowly, where the one before was. Now, which difference there is? There is a difference. I think the first one, it's a type of portamento that will give a more direct sound. So it gives to the music a slightly more determined character. So if I play, will sound more determined, I think, than if I play. You see what I mean? The second one, I prefer it when I want to do something smooth, something gentle, but where I choose the first one, the first technique of portamento, when instead I want to give an impression more determination, or a sort of more male, I can say, sort of character to the music, where the other one is more female character. So we can see also the bow helps, because now I can show you how the bow could change before or on the note, on the rival note. So let's suppose D, A is a jump. You see, now that the bow is changing when I reach the A. Now I'll anticipate the change. You see how different it becomes. So maybe yeah, in elegia in D I would choose the second one. You see how soft, how gentle it is. Where in the passage before of Kusevitsky, if I decided to change bow, I could choose the first one. I would like it more. So big difference. When to put a portamento? Usually there are some intervals that they like portamento more. There are four intervals of fourth and fifth, and especially sometimes the fourth augmented or the fifth diminished. You know, they need a portamento. Per esempio, what could be? It would be really hard. Better. Or all the times you got back off, like this passage. See, I can't really do. That would sound so sort of dry. Of course, there are moments in which, I mean, I think we should practice with minimum. Portamento mustn't become automatic. So it's another entity, another technical resource that you must decide. It must be under your control. So I think practicing, you should practice sometimes with no portamento. So. See what I mean? So the hand, especially when you are studying at the beginning, it needs to learn and memorize precise positions. And there are very good exercises, you know, also in the book of Petrakis, the higher technique, the simplified technique. That's very good. But there is one in particular that is done something like that. With different fingers. Now, if you play that one like that, like heard sometime, I mean, it's not very useful because unless you are deaf, you know, you'll understand when you go to the note. What is important is that the hand learns sort of automatically where to go. So it should be played with the portamento, but not so slow. That means if I want to put more portamento, but you know, the hand must learn when it gets to the right note, when it gets to the note, like it should feel like if it has got a fret. You know, it should really stop automatically, and that needs to practice. There was a very good exercise also. I remember of the father of Bernard Cazoran, the Jacques Cazoran. Often he did this. Really to fix, you know, the left hand, all the semitones, to make sure, you know, really that, you know, your hand dealt with the fingerboard like if having frets, virtual frets, and then in between, you know, then you decide how you want to join the notes. Everything will be under your control, under your under. I mean, you can do what you like with the expression you want to give.